In today's video, a major tower proposal right at Church and Wellesley. That's right, in today's edition of the Pre-Construction Connoisseur, we're going to talk about a recent proposal submitted to the City of Toronto for a 28-story tower coming to the intersection of Church and Wellesley. We're going to talk about all the details we know as of now because it's really early in the stage of the proposal, talk a little bit more about the surrounding areas, and along the way, as always, we'll touch on different topics as well. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Sam from the Pre-Construction Connoisseur and from my main channel, SaberiSixRealEstate. On this channel, we exclusively talk about the Toronto pre-construction market, development news such as this video, pre-construction previews and reviews, and everything having to do with the Toronto and GTA pre-construction market. So for that type of content, subscribe to this channel. Furthermore, you can find the link to my WhatsApp newsletter for the first access to major pre-construction projects. You can find that link in the comments. But let us get to the point of today's video, which is the proposal for this 28-story residential condo tower in downtown, namely in the Church Wellesley Village, right at the intersection of Church Street and Wellesley Street East. The proposal was just submitted in January of 2024. At the time of recording of this video, it's the first week of February 2024. It was submitted by Kingsett Capital. Once again, 28 stories with the proposed height of 302 meters at this point in time. And to learn a little bit more about this proposal of this tower in downtown, let's take a look at the actual application. All right, so we're now on the website of the Toronto Application Center, and here we can see all types of information with regards to proposed developments, all the way from mega condos to the smallest of adjustments with regards to residential townhomes or freehold detached. Now here we see that the actual application is made in the address of 68 Wellesley Street East. We can also further see the application number, what status it is. Currently it's under review, so it's not even approved yet. Where we are in the exact process, which is the application's just been submitted as of now. And a brief description. In this brief description, they mentioned 258 units in the exact application, but some news articles I've read on this mention units as high as 300. And to err on the side of safety, you're probably, the application is the best source. So they're probably going for 258 units. Now, the good thing about this website, it's a wonderful resource, really. You can check all types of things. Here, we're gonna first take a look at the architectural plans here to see what the project exactly looks like. And this is where most, once again, news outlets derive their images for their article, whether it's on this project or any other project. Nonetheless though, once we open the PDF that's attached, we can see that at the bottom, they're planning on incorporating the heritage site that it currently exists at this address, at this intersection. We'll talk about that a bit more, but this is the rendering as of now, incorporating the heritage site that currently exists at the intersection of Church and Wellesley. Here you can see some further renderings, right, with regards to the entire tower in this case. And renderings always change, but as of now, as of what they were presenting to us, they're going for something different. I'm a big fan of the balconies here on this, rendering, and that's not coincidental, right? We'll talk about that in terms of the heritage as well. Now, a little bit more about the actual heritage site here. It's called the William McBean Terrace, as you guys can see, and you've seen it at Church and Wellesley if you pass by. At the bottom, you have the Pizza, of course, but the heritage property in question is this white building on the second story, as you see. And the bottom, of course, once again, at this point in time, is being used for commercial purposes. So, of course, in the renderings, there's no coincidence that the renderings of the actual tower are white. They're trying to incorporate the heritage. Of course, they have to incorporate the heritage site, and they're trying to make it seamless for good reason. As of now, once again, subject to changes, which these things always change, but according to the renderings, the actual design of the project is quite cohesive with the heritage site they're incorporating into the project. And this is the image of the actual site. Now, 68 Wellesley Street is not the only property affected, right? That's going to be the main address of this property or this proposed, tower. But all the addresses impacted by this proposal are 505 Wellesley Street East, or 505 Church Street to 511 Church Street, and on the Wellesley side, 68 Wellesley and 78A Wellesley Street. And then moving on to the key statistics, for a little bit more in depth, we see a total gross floor area of 17,000 square meters. 16,000 going to residential, and 387 going to retail. As of now, the proposed disbursement is 95 studios, 87 one bedrooms, 52 bedrooms, and 26 three bedrooms. And let's speak a little bit more about the area in question. Now, in terms of the major intersections in downtown, Church and Wellesley is actually one of the most underdeveloped areas in downtown in terms of major intersection, which I'm not saying is bad or good, right? They've maintained the same village feel for a very long time. Currently, in terms of residential properties in Church and Wellesley, and really that area in terms of residential real estate, there is a lot of rental apartments and purpose-built rental options available in that intersection. Not to say there aren't any new condos. Of course, on the west side of Church, so between Yonge and Church and Wellesley, you have a couple of newly built condos. One of the biggest examples of which is 28 Wellesley Street, which is actually a decent building. It's not a great building by any means, but it's a pretty good option. It's much better than the alternatives that exist east of Parliament, like for instance 159, really east of Parliament, much further east than this development. In my opinion, one of the worst buildings in downtown. So you certainly do have your fair share of condos compared to other sub-communities and neighborhoods. Condos here are far less in terms of quantity. So this project really has the potential to stand out if it's done well and done professionally, and if they actually go through with what the renderings are, which makes me quite optimistic. Obviously the renderings and how much you like them typically come down to taste anyway, but this is all to say that there isn't much competition in this intersection for new buildings. Whereas other intersections in downtown, hell, even Midtown, Toronto West, Toronto East, North York, wherever you want to look, new developments, if they don't really do something special, they run the risk of coming to the market at a time where there is tons of competition for that particular project. Of course, along the condos I mentioned, you have some on Maitland as well. You have some other non-Wellesley Street condos that don't have the name Wellesley Street in their address right at Yonge and Wellesley. But once again, for the most part, the point still stands that this is not a really condo heavy area, and at the major intersection at Church and Wellesley, which is the most major intersection in this community, in this neighborhood, this project is definitely going to be a big one. And as we have more information, we'll discuss it more. As always, this is Sam from Toronto Pre-Con Connoisseur. Subscribe, comment, rate, and review for more. This is my new channel, so I really appreciate your support with regards to the channel itself, and join my exclusive WhatsApp group chat for first access and news items with regards to pre-construction projects within the Toronto and GTA real estate market. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe and stay tuned. Thank you.